Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with StampCreatively, and I have the banners and the alphabets. Well, they're both here, banners, alphabets. Here's where they are in the catalog. They're on page 86 and 87. I've done some different things with them and I want to show you kind of what I've done. So when you see them in the catalog and then you see them in person, there are so many banners in here. The largest one is 8.5 by 5.5. Yeah. It's this size of a card. So the full banner does this. I just grabbed a card that was here. Then they go way down in size. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 banners. And then these little dots. So that's the banners. There's alphabet letters. They're a good size alphabet. They're a 2-inch alphabet. Okay, so this is one of the things I did. Let me show you some of the things I've done so far with them. I have 9 grandchildren, so banners and kids and sporting events are a definite thing. So here's a hello banner that I did that hangs across my where I have my camps and classes. So I'm going to kind of spread it out a little bit, but you probably won't be able to see all of it. There's the HELLO. I used the 2-sided paper so we could do black and gray. And then I used a DSP. We ran the alphabet letters through and then I corrugated them. So I have my hello banner. It's really cute. But there's 4 dies on here. So I used 4 different sizes to make my hello banner. So I did a hello banner. I did a happy card. So we cut the alphabet letters out. We did this at camp. Ran a piece of white through butterfly die. We used a little birthday. And we did the banner. We cut the banner, folded the cardstock in half and then cut it out and then went one smaller on this one. This one is a 1 banner wonder. This one I did with a scrapbook kit. This is the Storybook Friends. And so I used part of that and I have that hanging in a little bathroom. Then I wanted to do the sunflower. So in my head, I cut out the sunflower. I cut out the banner. Then I ran it through the sunflower die. I colored the sunflower, and then I didn't like it on there. So I've changed it. It's now on here. So it says sunflower. In my head, that's what I wanted to do. So let me show you kind of how I did this. So without me doing the whole thing, because that wears me out. So I used my largest die and cut this out on crumb cake. Ran it through my sunflower online exclusive embossing folder. So now I have this. I ran through the full sheet of, I did watercolor paper. Oh, here it is. It was like I had it right here. So I ran a full sheet of watercolor paper through and just kind of practiced. I was messing around coloring it. I just watercolored it. So I wetted it and put different shades of yellow, pecan pie. I cut it apart and went around some of the edges with some espresso, just watercolored espresso. I mean, I spent, I putzed around kind of, how when you watercolor and you're doing it with a purpose, but you're also doing it because you have a minute. I did it because I had a minute. So I wanted my flower to be very dimensional. So you can see, so I separated that and I'm going to put the seal on here. Oh, I probably maybe should use glue or something. But I wanted my sunflower to be very dimensional. I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. Now I took my letters and I ran them through espresso with espresso cardstock, and then I used this Glass and Gardens online die. I've used the floral one multiple times. And so now I want to put my sun on here. And I can go over the lines. I can put the sun more across the top instead of down the side. I can kind of do it any way I want. I'm going to leave spots up here. I could have run those little circles through die, but I would have to do it at the beginning because I don't want to run it back through after I've already embossed it, because it just kind of flattens it a little bit. So I did that here. This one is what happens when you, one, cut it wrong because you're not paying attention and your plates aren't all the way on. And then two, you emboss it first and then do it. See how much more raised this one is? So if you cut it first, then emboss it, it's going to look more like this. If you do it the opposite, you're going to flatten out your flowers. So I'm going to put these on, and then I'll use a hole punch to put those in there. But then I started pulling out ribbons. Do I want to do a linen thread with it? This is new online exclusive ribbon. Look at this. This is like a jute ribbon. And it's like it's a petal pink. This is probably what I'm going to go with just because I like that look. That look is more what I'm going for. I could have used, I have this really pretty basic beige ribbon. That would have been fine too. But I really kind of like this just because it's a little different. And then I want to add some gems. I'm going to use these flat pearls, and I'm going to use the ones with the in colors. So I'm going to pull some of these. Do I want Timid Tiger too, or just the... All right, let's put it all together here. Okay, so I'm going to put my... For those of you who are green glue lovers, you probably cringe when I do this because you want me to use green glue. I'm not a green glue lover. It's not my friend. We don't get along. We don't like each other. We talk about that on a regular basis. Every time I use it, it tells me how much I don't like it. It doesn't like me, and I tell it how much I don't like it. Probably had I been smart, I would have put the S on fur, or the U. Well, it is pretty much in the middle. It's just this hangs over because this one's not as big a word. Okay. So there's my sun flower. Let's put some of these on because they're beautiful. Okay, they don't show up as much as what I thought they would. See? They're just kind of there. I'm going to scooch that one up. I don't like where it is. So I'm going to add some of these Timid Tiger ones. I'm not sure why I think my banner needs gems, but I do. That was a little scrap that I had, so now I've used them all up. Okay, friends, how do I look? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to punch my holes in here and add this, and then I'll show you when it's done. So when I say I'm going to use a hole punch, how many of you remember this baby? That's a flash from the past. Those old crocodile friends of mine. We love this thing. I keep it around. I still punch all kinds of things with it because it's a massive, awesome tool. So sometimes when I'm using this thick of a thing, I may not want to tie it, like make a bow here. So that's when I use one of those other things. I'm going to wrap this around and do this. And make a knot here. So again, I'm adding, I love a good texture. I'm all about a good texture. And I don't need that long of a loop because I'm just going to hang it over something pretty. So I'm going to put this. I think this jute phrase, which is why they put Stampin' Up! Put tape on it, which I also love. Okay, my crazy boxer is banging on my window to come in. I'm going to let her in. Look at this for 1 second. The software I used to use had a pause button. And so, I mean, she thinks I'm her beck and call girl. And all she has to do is bang on my window of my office. And I will come let her in. Which is basically true. So this one I took to the back. This one I took it to the front intentionally. Because then if I decide to do this in a class, they will get to see it both ways and they can pick which way they want theirs to look. They really like that happy card. I'll show you everything again here in just 1 second. Okay, there we go, friends. Here's our sunflower banner. Then here's the one done with scrapbooking kit. Here's your happy card. And here's the hello banner. All right, let me know what you think. Have a good one.